I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Jellora joins us. Hi.
Hi.
And please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Jellora. I am a jellyfish siren VTuber, and I started restreaming about 2 months ago.
Oh, so you took a little break.
I took a really big break, actually, and I decided I wanted to take it seriously, so I'm back.
Well, when you got started, how seriously did you want to take it?
When I first started, it was more like a hobby, and I wanted to have like a little online group of like people. So I guess it was kind of serious, but not that serious. But I think I've realized I want it to be my job. So I think for about 2 months, I've been really trying to make really good content.
Well, I mean, you always do good content. I mean, come on, it's always good. But the input for you to get started in the first place, did you watch VTubers and say I wanted to do that, or did you have friends that were doing it?
I think it goes way back. I actually used to stream as a facecam tuber under like a completely different name.
Yep.
And that's way gone now. But during that time, I had a friend who popped in, and they said that they drew VTubers. I didn't know what that was at the time, but they told me to download Vroid. I don't know if you know Vroid.
Yeah.
So I made a little Vroid model, and then I slowly started turning into a VTuber that way. And then I just disappeared off the internet because it just didn't really interest me. But then I found like Shoto and people like that, and I was like, I'm back into it again.
So did you kind of dropped out because you lost interest?
Yeah, basically.
Did it just not? It just wasn't enough fun for you, or was just taking up too much of your time at the time?
I think it's the latter. I was studying at the time, so I wanted to focus on my studies, and I didn't think that doing it would, like all the time that I spend in it would be worth it, interrupting my studies. How
dare you choose academics over this?
Selfish, aren't I?
Well, but you're back into it now, and you're going great guns with it. Is your time set up okay where you're able to do it? You're able to make that type of commitment?
Currently I am. I decided to put everything aside and wholeheartedly focus on VTubing now. So I'm like I'm treating it as my job. So it's not like anything else is really getting in the way of it.
Yeah, but it looks like you've got a really great setup for it as far as the Twitch goes, especially watching what you're able to do there. It really does show that you've put a lot of effort into it. When did you make that decision while you were off for a while? Was it any particular moment that kind of hit you, like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it right?
So I'm actually neurodivergent. So I was working at one point, and I realized that working like 3 or 4 days in a row really got to me mentally. And I was kind of brainstorming, is there any other kind of job that I could do, like, that wouldn't cause these like issues? And I realized it was more of a social thing, like having to talk to so many different people. And at that moment I was like, well, streaming is an option. Like, streaming and making content was something that I did well when I was doing it for fun. So I decided to quit the job after like a couple of months of considering, and here I am.
So the neurodivergent part doesn't affect you while you're streaming, or does it affect you differently?
It affects me differently. I still get quite burnt out if I have to talk too long, but I'm building up my streaming stamina, what I like to call it. But it's a lot different when I'm in a job like retail or something, because when you're in retail, I feel like you have to put on a fake face. Right. But when I'm streaming, like, I can just be myself and people watch me for it, so it's a lot less mentally draining. Well, yeah, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, and plus you got the model there. The fake face is already there.
Oh yeah, of course, exactly.
You can be there in your pajamas and just.
Oh yeah, I've been there, done that.
Just kind of hang out and do your thing.
Yeah.
So socially wise, were you always somebody who has been able to reach out and talk to people you don't know?
Absolutely not. I literally, when I grew up, I was known as the shy child, and I got bullied a lot, which isn't a touchy subject. It's just a fact. Like, I just got bullied, and I was so awkward around people. And then going online, I really found that it like you can be somebody else. And by that, I don't mean you can be somebody fake. I mean you can kind of like reinvent yourself and really discover yourself
Mm-hmm.
and understand that online people are like you too. Like there's people out there. So yeah, does that make sense?
Absolutely does. It absolutely does. There's
Mm,
a lot. Talk to a lot folks who are, for lack of a better term, wallflowers, or
mm,
folks who just weren't very socially. Um, I don't want to use the word adept, but active is probably better.
mm,
Or one didn't want to have that type of attention. They get into a situation where they're interacting with people, but they're not seeing them. Their eyes aren't on them, uh, and they get to kind of bloom a little bit on the internet.
mm.
Uh, did,
Yeah,
did
exactly.
did you find that was the case for you?
1,000%. I really found it to be something that was kind of eye-opening, but in a way that helped me discover myself more than discover something else about the world. Because I
Hmm.
feel like I grew up and kind of like, because I was so shy, I was kind of taking in things rather than putting things out.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, that
How
makes
does that
sense.
work?
No, that
Yeah.
that's perfect sense. Perfect sense.
Does it? Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was taking things in and like I was always aware of the things around me. So when I went online, it's my platform and I kind of grew as a person through it, which I'm really thankful for.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were kind of more of an observer than a participant.
exactly. That
Yeah.
was the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I play Scrabble, so that comes up every once in a while.
I've
Uh,
never played Scrabble.
yeah, it's to me it's a lot of fun, but to other people it's like, yeah, I'm putting words on things. Okay, fine, it's fun for me. The so it carried over to your off screen life.
Mm.
Have you become a little bit more open in talking with people, or has it been strictly limited to when you've got the computer on?
I do find that being online and having posted things about myself and just being my authentic self and having people react well to that has definitely impacted me in person too. Because now I can talk to people and understand that not everybody is going to judge you for the things that you like or do or say or act or speak or dress. Like everyone's different. So
Yeah.
yeah, I do think it's definitely helped
No,
in that way.
that's good because then
Mm.
you can take that blossoming and attach that to your own life, and you become more of you. I think,
Mm.
and you get to show that to people. A lot of folks who are not very comfortable socially or have been able to explore that side of themselves through VTubing. It really does
Mm.
is an amazing thing. Uh, has there been a point for you that you realized that the people in your chat could be people from all over the world, and your your potential audience is basically anyone who has an iPhone?
Yeah, I mean, I made a YouTube short when I first came back actually, and it was about American people and
Mm-hmm.
how the names of American food is equally as weird as the names of British food.
Mm-hmm.
And I checked the analytics of that, and it was like, it was insane the reach that it got. It got like America, Philippines, Malaysia, Spain, all these like places that I don't know, just even the first thing coming back to was that kind of reach. It really did make me realize how vast the internet is and how many people over the world can experience things the same as you. So yeah, it's kind of crazy that people all over the world are watching
Yeah,
someone like
and they're coming back.
they are.
Yeah, so that's got to be really heartwarming for you to go earlier as somebody who wasn't particularly outgoing, and now people are coming back to your streams specifically because you're doing them.
Yeah, it it really makes me happy. Like honestly, I always say this in my streams, but like when I see a recurring name come back to my chat, it really makes me happy. It's like
Mhm.
you didn't choose to watch me for the game I'm playing. You chose to watch me because it's me and you enjoy what I do. And I appreciate them so much.
Now, your channel itself on Twitch, how would you describe it?
Um, I would describe it as, oh gosh, I would describe it as a jellyfish who is definitely on brand with the fact that jellyfish don't have brains, and every game that I try, there's always something that I'm gonna do that's silly or wrong, and I will get bullied by my chat, but altogether it is a wholesome place where we play a ton of different games, especially indie games, and a lot of just chatting, and we all get to know each other. That's what my stream's about.
That's cool. Yeah, and one thing about jellyfish is don't step on them.
Oh yeah. Don't step on me.
No. You will get stung, and it will hurt.
Real. Exactly.
My son-in-law had that happen to him. Oh,
really? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And this last time out, he had a shark swim within 20 feet of him. So, I'm like,
oh my goodness,
like boy, the water's just not for you. Stick to your hot tub at home.
Oh my gosh, I wish I had a hot tub, real.
Yeah, I wish I could get over there more often. I'm just here to visit. Just dive into the hot tub. The enthusiasm that you have for it now is obvious. Did it take a while for you to pick up that enthusiasm once you turned the microphone back on, or was it there before you did it?
I think it was building up. There was this thing that I watched on YouTube. I think it was a TED Talk, and it was basically saying, if you're like learning to draw, for example, you want to take a break right before you think you're hitting your goal, if that translates over. So like when I was working in my job, I just had this like passion inside about streaming, and I realized it more and more and more over time that I want to get back into streaming. So as soon as I decided to come back, that passion has always been there. In fact, I feel like it's been overflowing because I've been holding it back for so long.
So it's just spilled over, and
exactly.
And have you found it almost obsessive? I mean, is it tough to reel it back in every once in a while?
Oh, 100%. I'm the kind of person who's very like perfectionist about these kind of things, and I don't want to post a video if it's not good enough, and I'm obsessing over the idea of having this really great like platform or like entertainment. But I think a couple of my mods, especially a VTuber that I'm friends with called Bunox. I'm sorry to give a shout out in the middle of an interview, but
no, please
honestly,
do. Please do.
Talking to them, like they're an amazing streamer, and talking to them and have them say things to me like, hey, you don't have to be perfect, like just do what you can do because people are watching you for you. Yeah, so the obsession is there, but I also do realize that there's only a certain amount of things I can do, and there's only a certain amount of quality I can do at the minute with what I've got.
What do you want to do? I mean, is there expansion of the channel? Obviously, you'd like to have more people coming on. That's an obvious goal. But what is it that you want to do with the channel that you haven't done yet?
I have a lot of things that I want to do, which is all kind of held back monetarily. So currently, my short-term goal is to make better content with what I can afford right now. And then in long term, I want to have things like 3D models in real life streams. I want to do way more song covers. I even have this dream about doing like a concert or something someday. But yeah.
Yeah, so singing has always been a part of your life?
Absolutely. I'm a half jellyfish, half siren, and the reason that the siren part is there is because I really like singing and underwater stuff. So I sang from when I was young. I don't have any like proper training, but I really want to get it someday.
The singing thing, I can't sing at all. I mean, I sang a little bit as a kid, but I tell people, and it's the truth, I haven't hit a note since 1985 on purpose. Once the voice changed, all of the notes went away. But I find it amazing that people have the courage to record a song and then show it to everybody. You're showing some of these to a lot of people around the world. Have you, after you've done one of these, have you realized that, gee, I'm really putting myself out there?
Absolutely, 100%. I was never really that confident about this kind of thing, but I think one day I just decided to do a song cover, and it was received quite well. So it gave me the confidence to just do more.
Well, we're going to put one here on the Eric Loy Interviews interview, and this is called Autono Blue, I think it is. I have heard it. It is very, very good. We're going to play it right now for you here on Eric Loy Interviews.
刺激する私のすべて冷めた瞳まで魅了するいつかは花になるアマリリス優しいだけの言葉じゃなくて心でつながりたくてありきたりなメイクじゃ隠せない憧れだけ夢を見るあなたの前だまた大人ブルーその血じゃなくて今すぐがいいの大人の恋に焦がれて見た目よりも残る溶けない気持ちだけから回る私を見つけて優しいだけの言葉じゃなくて心でつながりたくてありきたりなメイクじゃ隠せない憧れだけ夢を見るまだ見ぬ恋路を追いかけてまた大人ブルー
There you go, a tonal blue. What made you choose that song?
It goes back quite a while. The group itself called Atarashi Gakko, they are so cool to me. I love them so much. They break boundaries within Japanese standards and sing about things that a lot of people don't really like to talk about. So I wanted to sing that song because it's about a woman a girl becoming a woman, exploring things.
Yeah, and it is very well done. I mean, you did extremely well with it. When you already told me that you're a perfectionist. So when you did do this and you got it done and you've heard it back, how many times did you redo things?
Oh, that's a big one. When I first started recording it, I just kept re-recording the same part over and over again. Like I can remember in my head at the time when I was doing it, but and this was one of the ones where I kind of packed it up and was like, you know what, it's not going to be perfect. I'm just gonna submit what I have now and not even listen to it until the final thing's done. And I just posted it and then listened to it as if I was like a viewer, and I liked it. Because otherwise I would be killing myself over it.
Yeah, you've got kind of an artist's mentality for this type of thing, don't you? I mean, artists can't.
Oh, thank you.
Artists can't stop fiddling with things. Nothing's quite exactly right, and they always get so. It sounds like you've really got that type of personality where you just oh, I can fix this, I can fix that, and always adjusting a little bit. That keeps you in the game. I imagine it can also be frustrating. Is it frustrating for you when you do that?
It's kind of satisfying to me, as in like even when it comes to things like streaming or recording songs, I always think that I'm adjusting these things in the back line and a lot of people don't see it happening. But to me, I can see slight improvement every time. But if it's within a song cover, it does become a bit annoying if nobody else can kind of see the slowly increasing quality. Do you know what I mean?
Right. That was 1% better. Now let's try to make it 2% better.
Exactly.
Plus, it might be like the 130th time you've heard it.
And it's like 5% better.
Yeah, I'm like I really you go to bed with the song running through your head.
Oh, that's happened before.
Yeah, I worked at a radio station. This last one I worked with had a lot of pop music on it, and I used to hear the new Taylor Swift song 100 million times a day.
Oh.
Now my coworkers sing it. The job I'm at now. It sounds like to me you've got a really good attitude for this. It's something that you've really embraced, and obviously I can hear from your voice you're enjoying doing it.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love creation.
If this particular medium weren't here, and it wasn't 10, 20 years ago, what would you be doing? Would you be just regular streaming? Would you have an outlet to go to?
If streaming wasn't a possibility,
Yeah.
I think I would probably sing or act, I think, or
Mm.
dance actually.
Oh, dancing. Yeah, that's
Mm.
so. Are you doing that off stream? Is it something you're really enjoying?
It's not something that I do professionally, but I started when I was younger because I realized that when I danced, a lot of my stress was alleviated. So
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of did it in my free time, and eventually it's become part of me. But I do want to do it professionally.
Mm.
And I would do if streaming wasn't a thing.
Well, some folks stream dancing too.
I could do.
Yeah, get that 3D model thing going
Oh yeah.
and put her up there. You can have the full concert going.
Oh my gosh, you're right. You're
Yeah.
giving me ideas.
Yeah, I'll MC it. I'll volunteer as
Yeah.
MC. But really, this seems like it really is built for you. You've kind of taken this um, to a comfort level that you're very comfortable turning that microphone on and
Mm.
interacting with your chat and playing the games, and it really does sound like it's suited for you.
Thank you. I don't know why, but it feels like you're giving me the best compliment I've gotten since I started streaming. It means a lot.
Well, I've got a silver tongue. but really, it's truthful. It sounds like you're really enjoying it. Your model is excellent, and
Thank you.
the things around it. You've obviously put a lot of heart into it. So what is the short-term goal for you right now? Have you got something on the horizon that's close that you're really aiming at?
Actually, yeah. Since I want streaming to be my job, I'm aiming for 40 average views by December.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my current goal. And the way I'm going to do it is just by posting a lot more, trying to improve my content. And I might even do a subathon to like boost, events and things like that.
Well, you're on. We're going to have all the links to everything on the description for the interview. We even found some links that you didn't even know you had.
Oh.
No, it's not true. We'll have all that stuff up there so people can see what Jellora's up to, because there's a lot of good stuff. With that sort of expansion, have you thought of it as a marketing tool? Some of these platforms that you're on, or have you just done it just to have fun with it?
1,000% as a marketing tool,
Mhm.
but also I find marketing fun, so it could be both to me. Like I really enjoy making shorts and videos and making silly meme posts on Twitter. Like it's my hobby, but also I know it's marketing.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad you weren't around when commercial radio was big, because you'd be stuck in a job marketing radio, for crying out loud.
Oh no.
No. Don't be doing that stuff.
No.
But that's great, because you've got a good business sense about what you want to do with it. As far as collaborating with people, have you been able to get a good bunch of people to collaborate with, or has that something you haven't explored really?
I actually have like a story about this. When I started streaming before, I had a couple of people trying to reach out to me to collab with me, and it turned out that those people were just like trying to use me for views.
Mhm.
So I'm really scared to match people for collabs, but I do have a couple coming up with people that I do trust. And I'm always open to collabs with people who genuinely have a passion about content creation, or just genuinely want to have fun and are not wanting anything like from me, because I can't provide that. My community's still small.
Well, I mean, people try to do that for clout and that type of stuff,
Exactly.
or for their own egos, which is kind of weird. But people are weird, and sometimes there's not much you can do about it at this point.
Exactly.
Now, you talked about not being the most social person as a young person. How is it to interact with chat? Have you found that easy?
I think talking to chat is a lot easier than talking to people in general, because it feels like I'm reading a text. It feels like I'm getting a text from someone. And for me, processing a text is a lot easier than processing and having to respond to a call. And if anything in chat makes me uncomfortable, I can just ignore it or, breeze over that certain message.
Yeah.
And, it's something that I don't have to deal with directly. So, yeah, it definitely does help.
Cool. It did really, and I said it before, but it's right in your wheelhouse. It really is.
Exactly.
And I'm really excited to see what you got up your sleeves for the rest of what's going on. And when those do come up, make sure and let me know so we can do some updates for everybody. Okay?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So check out, see what Jellora's got going on. Again, the links are in the description for the interview. And I thank you ever so much for coming on. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.